big, beautiful, loving planet called Earth. I've talked about games, video games on this channel. I've talked about gaming channels. I've talked about Twitch stuff. But today's vlog, I wanted to talk a little bit about learning about different types of games there are out there. It's not just action adventure. It's not just horror. It's not just like Telltale games where it's like you can decide on what you want to do in that specific moment in that game. And there's so many things you can learn from a video game. Sure, some of them are a little bit more violent than others. Like Resident Evil is a very violent video game because it has zombies and it has killing those zombies, and the same thing could be said about The Walking Dead. When it was with Telltale Games, or Telltale Games that still exists, it's just the platform it was on went away, I believe. Now, that's not the only game that you can learn stuff from. Like, you can learn stuff from Minecraft on how to be creative and how to build things, and same thing with Sims. You can learn how to become so many different fields that they have in the game. You know, there's different expansions, there's different mods, there's all kinds of different stuff in regards to that. There's so many games you can learn from. And I learned so much from Hogwarts Legacy, even though I've played it like well over 100 hours. Almost 200 hours through the 2 houses. I'm on my 3rd house right now, which is Gryffindor, and I've gone through things a lot quicker than I did in the first 2 houses, which were Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw. I will not be playing as a Slytherin, but there's still so much more to do in that world. And it's not just those games that I listed. There's so many other games you can list off that have teachable moments or learnable moments, and to put it into real life situations. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to become an architect. I'm not saying I'm going to become a astronaut or a secret agent or a video game designer or anything like that. But I'm just saying there are so many learnable, teachable moments from the video games that I've played over my lifetime. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be cop or I'm going to be anything that I mentioned in this vlog, but there are still some things that you can learn from all of the stuff that happens in the realm of video games that not everyone wants to talk about or hear about, especially parents. There are so many teachable moments or not just teachable, but mostly learnable moments in those video games. I mean, you can learn about taxes, you can learn about electricity, you can learn about utilities and all of that stuff in Sims. You can learn about if there were ever, I'm not saying there's going to be, but if there were ever a zombie apocalypse someday in the very, 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 very far off future, there's ways to survive it. And I'm not saying that everyone's going to be able to say they've played a video game that they've learned from. That's not what I'm saying here. I just feel like I've learned a few things while playing video games. I've learned a few things while watching movies. Even though most of these things aren't reality, there's a hint of what could happen or what might happen in the future in regards to learning about what happened in that video game or what happened in that movie or what happened in that TV show or what happened because I've watched a lot of gaming channels in my life. I'm actually currently watching a gaming channel where I've heard of some new games that I've never heard of before, like Wolf Among Us. I've heard of that. There's Valorant. There's what are some other games? Overwatch. There's just so many. There's God of War Ragnarok or any of the God of War games. There's Assassin's Creed. There's Portal. There's just so many different games that exist in this world that you can learn stuff from. And maybe not learn from every single video game, but just a few video games that might have a learnable moment or something that can stick in your brain so that when you get older, you can use that information and put it into whatever you're doing in the world. With that being said, I don't know. I may have made a mistake yesterday. I'm not 100% certain on this, but from what I saw on Vanessa Dubasso or Dubasso or however you pronounce her last name, it was her birthday yesterday, so I was right on that front. And then there is one birthday today, I think. I'd have to go double and triple check it, but I believe there is a birthday today, and that birthday is Candace Swanepoel. She's a model. I don't know what type of model she is. I think either she's a fashion model or a swimsuit model, or maybe she's both. And maybe she's even an Instagram model too. There's so many different types of models in this world. I know I just listed 3, but there are so many other types of models in this world as well that I can't think of off the top of my head right now, but it's there. So happy 35th birthday to her today. And with that being said, that does it for today's birthdays. We have one birthday tomorrow. And there's not very many birthdays left in the month of October. We have from today all the way until the 31st, which is 11 days left of the month. There are famous gamers out there that are potential candidate for me. Not saying that they are. I'm just saying it's potential. And it's not just gaming. It could be models. It could be actors. It could be wrestlers. It could be musicians / singer-songwriters. It could be anything but a porn star. I've said that time and time again. I want to make that perfectly clear. I will never date a porn star ever in my life. Now or anytime in the future. And I haven't dated anyone in the past either. So, really, anyways. So that's all. And she's out there in the world somewhere. Whether that's 10 miles away from me or 15,000 miles away from me. She's out there and she exists. Alright, I will see you tomorrow with a brand new vlog, and bye-bye.